যদি সবাই ফিরে যায়, ওরে ওরে ও ভাগা সবাই ফিরে যায়, যদি গহন পথে যাওয়ার কালে কেউ ফিরে না চায়, তবে পথের কাটা তুই রক্ত মাখা চরণ তলে একলা দলরে, তুই রক্ত মাখা চরণ তলে একলা দলরে, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে, তবে একলা চলো রে। যদি আলো না ধরে, ওরে ওরে ও ভাগা আলো না ধরে, যদি ঝড় বাদলে আধার রাতে দুয়ার দেয় ঘরে, তবে বজ্রা নলে আপন বুকের পাঁজর জ্বালিয়ে নিয়ে একলা চলো রে, আপন বুকের পাঁজর জ্বালিয়ে নিয়ে একলা চলো রে, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে, তবে একলা চলো রে। একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো রে।
Hi guys, thank you for joining the live stream. I'm sure the audio is coming fine, right? Yeah. So we all know what the problem is with the Ramayana trailer. Among them, the two major things are, which we have been discussing from our channel in the last few months. One of them is there is good CGI in some places, good VFX. There is bad CGI, bad VFX in some places. The problem is that the entirety of it is either CGI or VFX. The lack of real locations, practical effects is what is killing this film first and foremost. Especially in a post-Dhurandhar world, the things we have seen with our eyes in Dhurandhar 1 and 2 is going to give us a different standard for film forever now. And because we now know what can be expected of our filmmakers. And RRR was already made. Bahubali was already there. See, Bahubali in terms of VFX was what, 10 years behind Hollywood. Ramayana with all the budget is still, I think, 8 years behind Hollywood, because the stuff that's been done here is what we have seen in pretty much all Marvel stuff in 2018-19. That's the main problem. Odyssey. Oh, VXT is mentioning Odyssey. I'm going to go watch Odyssey for the first time right after this live stream. Wish me luck. I'm sure I'll find good stuff there. So that's one problem. A lot of the scenes definitely had to be, should have been shot in a real location with real backgrounds and stuff. Not doing that is killing the film, and it's bound to look like a video game. It's no matter how good the video game, but it is still a video game. I do have a problem with some of the things everyone's agreeing with. I don't have a problem with stuff like Saipal Levy. I mean, because I know what Saipal Levy said, I'm forever going to be annoyed with her. Therefore, I'm not going to be able to come across as Masita to me. It's just not going to work, unfortunately, in my head. It's coming naturally. I'm not extra pissed off with her. I'm not hating her because I disagree with her and stuff, but that's not going to work in my head. There are some red lines in my brain. Like if I knew she was a puppy torturer and then she got off because the laws say that, yeah, that's what you can do, I would still not be able to accept anything after that, knowing that. So what I'm saying is, if people don't know or do not have a problem with that genuinely in their hearts, if they are not triggered by that, then I don't think they're going to have a problem accepting Saipal Levy as Masita. Especially, I'm sure she can act somewhat. I would not have heard such great things about her if she could not act at all. She doesn't give Masita vibe irrespective of the BSc. Why? What's missing in her? In terms of acting skills and expressions and stuff. And the other thing we had been discussing from this channel was the possible meddling by Namit Malhotra that's going to screw up this film, and I think that is also going on. Namit Malhotra himself said in Prakhar Ke Pravachan's podcast that he doesn't watch movies at all because he doesn't get the time. He's just a business guy. He likes to listen to a lot of background scores and checks out the VFX that his company DNEG does from time to time. That means how to make a great complete film, a piece of cinema, art. Those are not his wheelhouse. Okay, in that case, Nitesh Tiwari is going to be facing, I'm sure, must have faced a lot of, let's say, meddling in his stuff by Namit Malhotra. And I know this stuff happens from producers, etc. See, it's Namit Malhotra everywhere promoting the film. He's the face of the film. It's Namit Malhotra's Ramayana, not even Balmiki's Ramayana. It's Namit Malhotra even doing the interview with people like Sadhguru. In these spots, if the director is not going around doing these promotions, meeting these people, saying these things about the film, that is a red flag. That what had ticked me off, and I think I'm being proven right. In the end, the movie is going to be, I predict, meh. Not great, not bad. The music is going to make up for a lot of it. But the very fact that it's meh, I think, is because of two things. Namit Malhotra meddling with Nitesh Tiwari's plans, Nitesh Tiwari not being the hem of affairs, not being at the hem of affairs, and him not being the dictator, the leader of this program, the captain of this ship. He should have been. On the other hand, the second point is actually where Namit Malhotra comes in, which is the CGI, VFX. Ramayan would, of course, require a lot of CGI and VFX, but you have to be a director who knows how to fuse the two, and for that you need a lot of experience, which Nitesh Tiwari doesn't have, which also the Adipurush director found out that you cannot do without experience, and you have to suck at first. You'll get better only with time. Adipurush sucked. Maybe that director will do a better job next time. The only guy experienced at this is Rajamouli, and Nitesh Tiwari is not that person. So both of that. Firstly, not knowing how to apply CGI in a movie which is not going to be fantastical all the time. Secondly, this decision to do just everything in green and blue screens, that is the most annoying part of this entire affair, and I don't know whose decision it is. Definitely, I think I'm 99% sure it must have been Namit Malhotra's, but why in the fuck should that be done? It was, see, with such a great budget, it's such a golden opportunity to showcase different parts of India or great spots in the whole world, because after all, because of our great law and order and tax situation, half of Uri is shot in Siberia, Dhurandhar is shot in Thailand. I was just the other day suggesting to some people that please make West Bengal tax free for outside production, so that the next Dhurandhar can be shot in West Bengal. You don't go to Thailand. You didn't use Thailand's technical know-how. You did use the gadgets of Siberia, but the makeup, the set, all was designed by Indians. Come do that in West Bengal. Give them a fucking open field devoid of taxes. Why is our best director going to Thailand and Siberia to shoot nationalist films? What is... Anyway, coming back to Namit Malhotra. Our eyes are used to, if not anything else, at least RRR. Bahubali was, what 2016, 2014, that's a decade back. Everybody in the world is, everybody in the country, especially everybody in the world who are being targeted with this film, are watching the best of the VFX. At least they have also seen Lord of the Rings and stuff. I know today's Marvel is bad stuff, but if you are DNEG, it has to be compared with those films, the other stuff that DNEG is doing. Dune 1, 2, and 3. Ramayana and Dune franchise is not on the same planet. It is a decade behind. And that's always the case. Then what is the point of Namit Malhotra, 4,000 crores and the hullabaloo? Rajamouli did that with Bahubali RRR anyway. He's also 10 years behind any top Hollywood production. If you are going to make a Hollywood minus 10 production, then it's just another movie. We will watch it as, it's not just another movie, it's just another great Indian movie We will look at it just as just another great Indian movie. Then it's not the things you had promised, unfortunately. So first we will check out the Ramayana teaser because we are going to do a bunch of comparisons today. Okay, first we will see the Ramayana teaser, then the Ramayana trailer, then the Dune 1, 2, and 3 trailers, and then we will check out Zack Snyder Batman vs Superman and the entire Nolan trilogy Batman uh, trailers. Okay, Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises. Did you watch Odyssey? I will just after this live stream go to watch it. I look forward to seeing a white guy play Black Panther. Considering Ryan Gosling is my pick for Black Panther, guys. Not bad view, 6.5 million. Okay. Rising Spirit, I don't know if you are a VFX artist yourself or you heard this somewhere on YouTube, but my problem is why is Ranbir being given that makeup? See, the only thing I think that's likable in the entire trailer is, frankly, Yash. Yash's efforts. I even liked Yash's dubbing, to be frank. I know a lot of people haven't liked it. I really liked it. And Ranbir, because he's one of the only real things in the entire cartoon fucking VF trailer. But the problem is Ranbir's face. What has been done to his face? I don't know. What kind of prosthetic did he require? Did he get acid thrown on his face and right before the night of the shooting, and then he had to show up on set looking as the usual Ranbir Kapoor? It looks like someone dressed up to be Ranbir Kapoor. Why the fuck is that happening? What's wrong with his lips or facial muscles? Why does it look fixed at one spot? There is some bad VFXy thing I think going on. I don't know what the fuck is that in his face. But other than that, Ranbir look. Yeah, wow, what is that toy artificially thing going on? I think the VFX breakdowns will come pretty soon, and then we will realize what is the deal with Ranbir's look here. Kumar Reddy, thanks for becoming a member. I just ordered the. This is the Ramayana trailer. Let's start with Ramayana teaser, so we check out, so that we are able to realize how much of an improvement it has been. Let's see how much worse it was. No, it looks like I'm shitting on the movie. I do have great hopes from the movie, but is this the teaser, right? Yeah. So the problem is that I've seen what I've seen. It's not. We know the vision, the vibe of the movie, and this is not a vision that and vibe that I like. So it's not going to work for me. I'm pretty sure it's not going to work for the people that they are trying to get most. There's okay. We'll go scene by scene analysis later on. Let's see the differences. VXT trailer looks salvageable only in the sense of the the VFX becoming of better quality, and that's a problem. In a lot of places, I'm realizing that that took a lot of time. Yeah, that's kind of beautiful VFX, but at that spot, my eyes are thirsty for some real shit. Everything being VFX is the main problem. No matter how good the VFX gets, it's going to be still VFX. This beginning was interesting already. The choppy aspect was probably because of the rendering. I don't know. They must have rendered it really quickly, so they skipped some frames. But the idea was great. A drone shot. This is what Rajamouli does. Remember that I can still never forget, because I watched Bahubali pretty late, like hardly 2 or 3 years back. After, in fact, starting this channel, I'm a more recent Bahubali fanboy. So the first introduction scene for Mahishmati. Remember the drone shot? It felt like you are on a bird, or you are a bird. You are vibrating a little. You are going through the buildings. Mahishmati. The music. Yeah. So see, Kumbhakarna is disappointing because it should not have been done in VFX. That's as good as VFX will get you. The problem is not with the VFX or the VFX artists. It's the vision that says that that's how you must do Kumbhakarna. That's the problem. We are tired of seeing trolls and giants. Neon, there's two problems with your statement. A, Lord of the Rings, looking like Lord of the Rings is a problem because Lord of the Rings is a 25-year-old film. God of War, looking like God of War is a problem because God of War is a See, style is a great thing. Style is what Namit Malhotra has gone after. I'm not angry with these guys. I just think it's a mistake that they have made in the vision of this film. Humans make mistakes. So what I'm wondering is, see, stylishly anime vibe, you are somewhere in the middle. You want it to be half a graphic novel, anime, film, fantastical, Lord of the Rings, Batman versus Superman. At the same time, Dune. At the same time, of everyone wants to do a bit of 300 in their movie. So this is still one of the better shots, but let's say the entire film was less VFX heavy, and why can't we have Ram in front of a real waterfall? Because your eyes are getting fatigued. That's the problem. See, this just one frame is not bad. You can look at this. I mean, take a screenshot of this, print it out. That will be a beautiful poster for your home forever. The problem is when your eyes, your mind sees these imperfections. Okay, the mouse is not going to work on the screen, obviously. Look at on the right side of Ranbir here. Okay, the mist surrounding the where the rocks meet the waterfalls. Those are the little flaws that your eyes and brain is picking up on in the entire trailer. It's going to go on picking up on in the entire movie. Then your brain is going to treat it like a cute kids fantastical thing sort of us. I don't know. Bahubali beat that insanely kiddish VFX in some situations because of music, that being 10 years before 2026 and people not having Netflix, etc. And the novelty of it, first someone having the courage, bravery to do it, and then ultimately ending up doing it and then unleashing it to Indian audiences. None of those advantages today Ramayana has, Namit Malhotra has. So the depth of the story, the action beats, all of that was so much more creative, or so miles ahead in creativity, that Rajamouli could get away with those things. None of the people involved in this movie are going to be able to get away with this. If it's 2.5 hours of and 2 movies worth of animation minor flaws and simply human flaws that are unsolvable. And Rahman's voice is a little annoying here, but tell me about Ranbir's upper lip portion. What surgery has he done? He has done some fucked up surgery. That must be it. There's the yellow slop fest in period pieces, all yellow. Man, this Warcraft skin. Why can't Ranbir go to a normal river and distribute the ashes there? Yeah, guys, this is the scene that created a lot of controversy. So, guys, there needs to be a discussion surrounding this, a theological discussion, a spiritual discussion, philosophical discussion, a history discussion. Ramayana is history or mythology? Nobody is honest in that question. Nobody is honest in that answer. Okay, first let's start there. When people say, there are two kinds of people who say Ramayana is mythological. One who are well-meaning academics and know that every society has a founding myth. The founding myth phrase is often used in secular settings as well. A founding story, okay? That this is why, I did it. I had these passions. I wanted to, let's say, show it to that guy that I will be able to achieve this, that kind of a personal founding myth, or for any society, civilization, etc. So a founding myth is a mythology that has some elements of possible past occurrences fused with supernatural non-scientific, unscientific elements. There's a second section of academics, or simply dishonest actors in this conversation, mostly from India in this case, who have used the term mythology to mean that therefore it is a completely made up fictional tale, and it's just one of the many fictional tales that Indians have written. Like, just maybe right now somebody published a book, a murder thriller, that's also written by an Indian. Ramayana is also written by an Indian. Both are same fictional stories. So, and it's a mythological tale, meaning there is a lot of non-scientific things, which means it's mythology. Therefore, it has nothing to do with your country and stuff. It was just a geographical occurrence, and somebody just ended up writing a nice fictional story. It's obviously a nice fictional story that you possibly can learn a lot from, but it is one random goddamn fictional story. To counter this, two kinds of people have come up who declare Ramayana and Mahabharata to be our histories, and in fact, not mythologies. Now, when you say it's your history, it has to mean one or two, three things. One of two or three things. Okay, if it's history, it means it's literally the discipline of history, and it should mean that all the unscientific that are described in Mahabharata and Ramayana also happened, and that's your claim as a person who says it's your history. The other guy is just trying to counter those particular academics who meant to say that Ramayana is just one random fictional tale. To them, as a counter fucking slogan, yes, you can say it's your history, but you cannot tell to a historian that it's your history. It's not history because it's laced with a lot of unscientific things. And yes, that is how we wrote history. If you imagine, like, Ram Madhav, yeah, who's the head of RSS, right, who went to the NatCon summit and said that, we have defeated all the leftists in Indian academia already. It's done, bro. That was a mission, and it's possible. It's been done, achieved already. If you think the world is going to change their definition of the word history for your counter sloganeering against Indian commies, go ahead. But if you do not decide whether it's history or it's just a fantastical, heightened exaggeration tale of something that quite possibly happened in your past, then you have to come to the conclusion whether Lord Ram was fully human or not. If he was fully human, was he shaving every day in the forest? Was he not having meat in the forest? Things which are mentioned in Valmiki's Ramayana. And is his hair going to or not going to float in the air when he is in the middle of a fucking storm? He is in the middle of a storm here. He's in the eye of the storm here. He's in the middle of a hurricane here, and his hair is completely still, against which there was criticism, and they have fixed it in the trailer, which is now more hilarious because, okay, Lord Ram's hair is then vulnerable to nature's agents. Okay, so instead of completely staying still when he's in the middle of a storm, it moves, it floats like this, as if a sweet breeze passed you by. So Lord Ram's hair is not that invincible. It's a little invincible because it floats softly in the middle of a storm. So come to some consensus on this, guys. I have two problems. These are nitpicking stuff, but we have to fucking nitpick because it's a 4,000 crore movie. I am tired of that CGI, ChatGPT, AI, VFX, everywhere that same yellow. Even ChatGPT, you ask it to make anything, the first thing it does is do it completely yellow. And I have some PTSD surrounding the blue that's being used in this movie for weaponry, VFX, laser coming out scenes, which is there more in the trailer. That blue is exactly like that Adipurush blue. My God. Never again, guys. Never again. Hashtag never forget that blue. That blue should not be done. Yes, Dekbo. Why is his body so shiny and clean, like he is going to a spa all day and shaving, and of course never missing his skincare routine? He's almost like a protester at Jantar Mantar. And yeah, no dust. Now, guys, again, remember how great Ramaraju's look was in RRR. That's how he's supposed to look, guys. He's in the yellow, yellow, yellow. Why? Yeah, this should be in blue. Now, this seems to be the Ravan theme, that group of shouts. Whoa! I like that. That's working for me. That's giving Yash a great look and vibe. I'm really liking it. Okay. We shall now see the trailer. दिल थाम के बैठिए guys. Yeah, the main reason I'm disappointed with the trailer is that it disappointed me in the first scene. This color palette, this sort of VFX direction is so common. It was there even in Bajirao Mastani, that video game rain thing. This is so Hitman, Silent Assassin stuff, and then a million later games. And there are much better shots in the trailer that should have been in the beginning, but you decided to show us one of the more common, generic, annoying, therefore annoying shots to begin with. So the first impression was very, very disappointing and angering to begin with. We are watching the Telugu trailer for some reason. Okay, wait. Where's the Hindi trailer?
राजा तुम्हारा नया राजा
Oh my god, what look at those clouds and stuff. See, this is the very core of the problem of Ramayana. The lack of vision and consensus in Namit Malhotra's head, that is he shooting a 300 or a Dhurandhar with some magic? Like, is it Harry Potter with some VFX? Or is it a VFX film with some real people every now and then? Right now, it's being 300, okay? Few minutes later, it will be Lord of the Rings. At one point, it will be Batman versus Superman. And all of those films have distinct directions in how to use VFX, how much to use VFX, in what things will we use VFX. And those interclashing visions are all being accumulated inside this film.
तुम्हारा नया राजा
This camera work here is so good in the action scenes, but the camera jerks are great. The angle, the distance from the character is great. And then the sets behind. Look at that horrible cardboard cutout. Look at that. Even a baby could say make out that's in an indoor studio. This is, why will you do these things? Maybe it's not not an important scene. You're going to have to demolish this set right after this very frame. That's why you didn't do it. Yeah, at least it's pretty and beautiful now. That the blue and white is really working for me, but the color choice alone is great. Nothing else is. This is at least a detailed palace, but see, that's the problem. This is just better Bahubali, isn't it? Bahubali was from 2015. This is from 2026. 11-year upgrade. That's all this is. Why should that be the case? These look like the same palaces from Mahishmati, right? With better lighting, better shadows, some gold plating here and there. Ain't I right? Music is great. Music is awesome. Good stuff happening. I'm on really good headphones. I hope you all have listened to the trailer with great headphones. Music here is great. in the entirety of the trailer, it's not great, but that's not a problem. The main composers do not do the music for the trailers. They have other people, trailer composers. The end of the trailer, that's the music that will be there in the original OST. So that part is made by Hans Zimmer and A.R. Rahman, which was there in the first look as well.
पृथ्वी लो पाताल लो तीनों लोकों में एक ही राज होगा.
So this is a little bit of an upgrade from the teaser scene again. A bunch of frames have been ignored to do the render. Therefore, it's getting that choppy, pausey feeling, a scratchy CD. So this is, of course, heaven. So all of a sudden, a fight in Antarctica. But that is what the story says, I guess, pretty much. The crowd fill is very bad. It's at least stylish and beautiful. They are getting creative now, but guys, the people they want to impress, they have been playing games that look like these for about 8-9 years at the very least now. And by the time this movie got announced, ChatGPT and AI generation came in. So that's the bane of this movie. Yeah. The Ravan theme is absolutely awesome. I don't know. There's nothing in it really. There's just tick 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 and weirdly timed ooh-ah choruses. Many were impressed by Airavat. No, even I'm impressed by Airavat. Individually, if you look at Airavat, it's a great animation. It's a great VFX to do, and that too you'll have to do it that way only. But so there's no complaint with Airavat. Everything surrounding Airavat is the problem.
जब जब सृष्टि पर संकट आया है, भगवान विष्णु ने अवतार लेकर उसकी.
Okay, the problem with the Vishnu
जब जब सृष्टि.
Okay, your eyes are going to be so fatigued with this mass of animation.
पर संकट आया है.
Let the scene play for a bit. Why? Everyone has seen the trailer. And so this Vishnu scene, first of all, AI can do it. Secondly, Mahavatar Narasimha already did stuff like this. So it's not like it can get any better than this. Maybe we'll know 10 years later how much this can get better. But we've already seen this in Mahavatar Narasimha as well. So again, not a DNEG-ish surprise and awesomeness that we are looking for.
भगवान विष्णु ने अवतार लेकर उसकी रक्षा की.
See, Mahishmati. This is just better Mahishmati. The detailing on the terraces, okay? The ladders going down further. The little mold on the entire terraces. That's the upgrades they have done on the Bahubali palaces. This is just Mahishmati annexed by Ravana, and then another Rajamouli comes and does a film on his palaces. Okay, tells Ravana, sir, I shot a movie here before as well. Can I shoot here again? Ravana says, whoa, yeah, you can shoot here. Just show me in good light. But what else is this? This is just better Bahubali. Look at this fire amp. This is such a 3D modeled game. A game based on Arun Govil.
मेरा ज्येष्ठ पुत्र राम.
That shot looked real, not Ranbir obviously, but check out the shadows here. See, when you shoot someone in a little blue or green room, then put him with a fake background. Look at the shadows on the arrows in his quiver. Okay, the shadow of the arrow in his left hand, the bow in his left hand, the shadow of the bow reaching the arrows in his quiver. Look at that. The shadow uniformly falls on his face, and the shadow and the arrows in the quiver. That's not how shadows work. Yeah, I like the Indianized troll.
विश्व कल्याण
That's working better, but again, Warcraft. It's going to be Warcraft, but therefore minimize the Warcraftiness in other things. But I guess that's what was going on through Namit Malhotra's mind, that we can't do Harry Potter with this. We can't be a live action film and then have VFX every now and then, because then the VFX will look out of place. So make a complete 300-ish movie in a way to say it will be 300 in the way that therefore we will completely have the premise and setting to be in a slightly stylized and fantastical world, so that when we do magical things, it's not out of place with the rest of the real world. But it has to be exactly that. It has to be Harry Potter. In 300 there was no magic. Yes there was, but the 300 direction, if it has to work for Ramayana, then I guess we are expecting different things, because it's a live action film, but we are being given a live action film that has the vision of 300.
यदि मेरा अंत भी हो जाए
What is wrong with Ranbir's upper lips?
विश्व कल्याण के लिए यदि मेरा अंत भी हो जाए तो भी मुझे स्वीकार है
Ranbir is not doing a bad job with the acting, I think. I just can't stand Ranbir's upper lips. There's some surgery or de-aging VFX bullshit that's going on. I don't know what's happened there. That's annoying me. Now, Lakshman looks like any Hindi serial screenshot here, and it's extremely annoying, that expression. Lakshman, now see, Lord Ram and Lakshman both together make up Vishnu. Ram is the calm one, Lakshman is the angry one. Lakshman, I've heard some people say Lakshman is the Bhairava roop of Vishnu when it comes to Ram and Lakshman. That's sort of an interpretation. Lakshman must be a little more aggressive and angry looking, but here again, everyone's just calm and all tyag, sadness, soft spoken, nice guy. Everyone is that. Every good guy has to be soft spoken, nice, etc. That FPS changed to a Hindi serial FPS all of a sudden.
निर्णय मैं ले चुका हूं
What has happened to this portion and this portion? Has he secretly lost his lips in a secret laboratory accident, and he has new artificial lips?
निर्णय मैं ले चुका हूं
What?
एक पुत्र होने के नाते अपने पिता के वचन का पालन करना
Beautiful harp playing in the background. That's Hans Zimmer stuff.
मेरा कर्तव्य है
Carnatic violin.
तुम्हारे लिए
Did that play Vande Mataram? Vande Mataram. Wait, what? Oh, any Deshrag sounds like that.
ना मेरा कर्तव्य है
तुम्हारे लिए
An elaborate version of Vande Mataram.
14 वर्ष का वनवास
Yeah, it's probably in Deshrag. Light is good. Looks nice. But individual frames looking nice can't work for 2 hours.
उस वचन का क्या जो आपने मुझे विवाह के समय दिया था। अब हमारा भाग्य एक है और भाग्य में जो भी लिखा है मुझे स्वीकार है।
That scene is so Bollywood. He comes down calling for one last time, even though he has let him go out of a frustration that no, maybe I'll still call him, because this motive of scenes of people calling out after somebody after they themselves have kind of admitted and given consent to them leaving. After that, they again go running behind them and call out one last time. I know it shows desperation, but only in theory. Uh, Ultimately, in the camera, it looks like as an audience that okay, you couldn't have called Ram that way 5 seconds back when he was already in front of you. You waited to be dramatic right after he got off the stairs, got on his rath, really. Every animal scene is not working because it can't work. Maybe something else had to be real, because this entire Rakulpreet Singh is the only real thing in the entire scene. Again, therefore, eyes are going to get fatigued. And the scene right before that Ravan scene is really good. I like the look here. Yash is doing a great job. See, I think finally some real sets, right? I guess that wall behind him is real, no? See, it's such a relief for the eyes. Finally some nice real shadows here. Look at this. Now the mouse pointer is working. A real rocky wall, a wall made of hard stones, bricks made of stones. Now, if that's CGI and it's in fact not real set piece, right? Yeah. If that was VFX, then that would show you that, yeah, see, then DNEG is so good. But it's just so calming to the eyes. Finally, somebody sitting somewhere real in a real throne in front of a real wall for once in the trailer.
जनस्थान की राजकुमारी सूर्पनखा
Surpanakha. My God, hey, bara, hey, Hindi serial acting of. Can Indians stop acting like this? She's in a childhood fancy dress competition, childhood beauty pageant, those sorts of expressions.
वो मोहित हो गई है आप पे।
The music here, the choice of music here is really good for this part of the trailer. There's so many things happening, but there's a distinct piece going on. That kind of works.
सूर्पनखा वो मोहित हो गई है आप पे।
Da, 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 da. Good melodies are going to come up in the album, guys. We are going to get good OST.
से प्रतिशोध लिया जाएगा सूर्पणखा। ना राम की मृत्यु साधारण होगी, ना उसका अपमान।
Yeah.
रावण तीनों लोकों का स्वामी है, तो तीनों लोकों के सामने उसका वध करूंगा।
We are going to get one of the best pure orchestral pieces from Hans Zimmer in recent times. He has not done such orchestral work since the Batman days, Dawn of Justice, especially Da Vinci Code. We are getting, I think, Da Vinci Code level stuff here, guys.
तो तीनों लोकों के सामने उसका वध करूंगा।
Yes, most things in this trailer looks AI generated. That's the problem.
मैं अपनी सीता को वापस लाऊंगा।
Bhai, what? Look at these scenes in slow motion. Look why your eyes are going to be annoyed the entire time, okay? See so many imperfections that your eyes are picking up on. Look at the surroundings. Look at the background and setting that the actors are in every scene.
मैं उसका वध करूंगा। मैं अपनी सीता को वापस लाऊंगा।
See, better Bahubali. Why is this just better Bahubali? This should have been a movie after which we would have said, yeah, Bahubali, Rajamouli is fine. You know, they did stuff when it was their time, but After this, you are not going to like. Your RRR is going to feel like a kid. That should have been our reaction, and it's not going to be that now, guys. It's such a fucking waste. This is a waste and a fail equivalent to the degree of, let's say, wasting Mark Henry Cavill's talents in the modern world. Such a guy who looks like a superhero and is genuinely a video game and superhero comic book fan is not being used properly. Was used in 2.5 movies. Then Hollywood went woke. DC never had any IQ to begin with. And Witcher also kicked him out because he has a penis and has white skin. So we have Hans Zimmer and A.R. Rahman. Two of what? How many compliments and adjectives can you use, really? Okay, at least let's say, to keep it low stakes, my favorite and my second favorite composers are in this film together, and they are not going to be making a film which makes me say that all other Indian productions are kids in front of this. No, this is going to be just one of the better movies in India, from India, in the last 5 years. That's going to be it. And that's why it's going to be meh, because you were expecting something that would make you say that RRR is, yeah, it's kind of good, but this is on a whole level. That's not what you are going to be able to say. That blue, I do not want this blue. This is Adipurush. They will make a lot of money. Stigl Mako, really? I think they are going to require 1,000 crore marketing budget just to break even on the production. Yeah. Every now and then there's a good scene because there are so many real people around. Okay, at least 4 things in the screen on the screen are real. Everything else is CGI again, because in 4,000 crores you can't go to Ladakh and shoot this shot. It has to be in a goddamn studio. Is this even volume? It's not even volume, right? They look like they're standing in front of a floodlight in a cricket match. Good stuff. No, the music is too good here. Let's not be film critics right now. Let's just enjoy. By this music, I'm telling you, it is going to offset the bad VFX and bad acting. Because, see, every department in filmmaking is one distinct category of art, right? A piece of art. But the music, I am guaranteeing you, is, at least wherever this piece of music comes in, it's going to be so good. Everyone else who might have failed at their jobs, or frankly didn't fail at their jobs, they simply were directed in a wrong direction by Namit Malhotra. All of their shortcomings are going to be made up with by this music. It is going to happen. Take this guarantee from me. Trust me, bro. Music can have that effect, and this particular piece with these two guys is going to give you that effect. No matter what the scene, no matter how Warcrafty a scene looks, wherever Hans Zimmer wants you to feel impact, you will feel impact. And if you feel impact a number of times in a number of key places, you'll end up liking the movie. But I'll be very surprised if it makes me watch this 2 times. But therefore, for most people, it's going to be a one-time watch, and that's how the film is going to fail. this sort of a budget requires you to watch it 2-3 times, and this is not going to be a 2-3 time watch movie. But you are going to like it even once because of the music, and you're not going to know it. That's the saddest part. Let me tell you this story once again. Background scores in movies are still not a thing. There's a silent movie, it comes out, goes away, nobody checks out. Then background scores become a thing. That film is re-released with a background score. It wins the fucking Oscar. Nobody mentions the music. The mention doesn't even get a nomination, even though everyone liked that movie the second time just because of the music. So the music will be helping out the film without getting the due credit for it. Ravana never, she only kidnapped. Nitesh will save it with the story. For that stickle Mako, you'll have to watch the entire 2 movies. In one movie, it won't be able to save it. Therefore, you'll feel like, what, kuch bhi to hua nahi. The problem that Dune 1 in fact faced, remember? No amount of good music can save a bad story. No, it's not going to be that bad a story. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Nitesh Tiwari is there. If it was some other director, then it would be even worse. I'm saying Hans Zimmer's music is going to make the movie salvageable because everyone else is pretty good at their job, even though they are being set in a wrong direction. It's not like everybody sucks and it's only Hans Zimmer working on the movie. That would not work. I like Vivek Oberoi's expressions here. The mustache is working for me. His look works for me. I can't take this Hindi serial Lakshman guy. What the fuck is that set? See, they must have worked hours to get the detailing of the leaves right. But what is the point? Even that VFX is bad. Look at that effects of, what's it called in theology? I don't know. What's coming out of his mouth? What a beautiful shot. Look at the background. Everything is video game. She is in a small room with blue and green screens all around, and then rendered onto a video game model there. Again, bad indoor set. Look at that VFX. That stuff is the hardest to do anyway. That's why smoke, dust, no one gets it right. This is... So, middle of a storm, hair moving around a little. Okay, let's check out some comparisons. Firstly, let's check out Bahubali 2 trailer, okay? Let's see how far India has come in 9 years.
बाहुबली यानी मैं महिष्मति की असंख्य प्रजा और उनके धन, मान और प्राण की रक्षा करूंगा।
देखो भाई, 2 मिनट 24 सेकंड के ट्रेलर में 27 सेकंड हो गए सिर्फ रियल चीजें दिखाई। वीएफएक्स में थोबड़ा लेके डाल नहीं दिया। देख देख कितना बढ़िया वीएफएक्स किया, देखना ही पड़ेगा तुझे। This is why Bahubali works. But let's Google the budget. If somebody can do it, please. Bahubali 2's budget and okay, or Bahubali 1 and 2 combined budget and Ramayana. Let's compare that only.
और इसके लिए अपने प्राणों की आहुति भी देनी
Still no
पड़े तो
VFX.
मैं
The
पीछे
blood
नहीं
is VFX.
हटूंगा।
The blood is VFX, but it's used well. Okay, still building up a story, getting you in. It's a human story after all. After all, it's a goddamn live action movie. It's not half anime nor full anime.
राजमाता शिवगामी देवी को साक्षी मानकर मैं ये शपथ लेता हूं।
देखो देखो, VFX पता है बाहुबली को भी, राजा मौली को भी पता है कि घटिया VFX है, ज्यादा मत दिखाओ थोड़ा, मतलब दिखाना ही है तो दिखाओ। क्या भाई, क्या डिफरेंस है? Nine years between Ramayana and Bahubali 2, bro. What is going on? See, Namit Malhotra has so much passion, such vision, and such great music taste. गाली देने को भी दुख हो रहा है। और नितेश तिवारी तो has made दंगल। कैसे गाली दो इन लोगों को? मगर क्या है भाई? वैसे people keep telling me रामायण वाराणसी का तो ट्रेलर नहीं आया, वही एक टीजर ना, जिसके एंड में था डिंग टिकटिंग 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 टिकटिंग, वो वाला तो। Nothing else has come out of Varanasi, right? Oh, this scene. Dun, there was a great violin line. Dun, ding, truck, ding, ding. Dun, 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 dun. Guys, see. Now they are getting into VFX territory for a shot, which is a dream sequence, by the way, which is meant to be fantastical anyway. And can you tell me this really looks 9 years before Ramayana, guys? This is the problem with Ramayana. पैसे से आर्ट नहीं होगा, जितना पैसा थोप दो, विद्या चाहिए ही होता है। यही गांडुओं को समझ में नहीं आता है, अमीरों को समझ में नहीं आता है, भिखारियों को समझ में नहीं आता है। सबको लगता है कि सिर्फ और सिर्फ थोड़ा पैसा ठीक जगह पे मार दो, हो जाएगा। बजट डिफरेंस क्या है बाहुबली का, बाहुबली 1-2 कंबाइंड एंड रामायण का, और ये 9 इयर्स भाई 9 साल, तो 9 साल पहले तो रिलीज हुआ है, ठीक है, शूट हुआ होगा उसके 1-2 साल पहले, 2-2.5 साल पहले, तो ठीक है। रामायण, हाँ रामायण तो शूट हो रहा है पिछले साल से ना, तो सो अप्रोक्सीमेटली 9-10 years ओनली। 600 crore Bahubali, both parts combined. That was probably combining the marketing budget. I don't think it was without marketing budget. 4,000 crore is without marketing budget. नौ साल पहले भाई। इसी का स्क्रीनशॉट लेके उसके ऊपर गोल्ड प्लेट डाल के बोल दिया कि देखो हमने डीनेग से अलग अलग से बनवाया है। क्या भाई, गिन के 4 खराब VFX शॉट्स है ना, 5 तो क्रॉस नहीं करेगा। आई काउंटेड लाइक 3 or 4 that look really hilariously weird. Look how to make a trailer, because after all you don't have the budget to do great VFX in every shot throughout a 2.5 hour movie. If you're Rajamouli, you can say that, and people admit that, and people know that. Therefore, people do not have a problem with bad VFX in Bahubali. But at least in the trailer, he's not showing that. और रामायण का इतना बजट है, देयरफॉर हमको बोलना पड़ेगा कि क्या बन रहा है ये। This is like comparing a pro and an amateur. This is, if you compare it with Bahubali 2, this is such a disappointment. Okay. RRR trailer, to we know what it did. Let's check out the Dawn of Justice trailer. वैसे in the background score OST, the most influence you'll see is of influence. You can't really say because it's Hans Zimmer doing all the stuff, but you'll see a lot of Batman vs Superman. But I mean Da Vinci Code, but mainly Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. Those are the themes and kind of motifs arrangements you'll find in the Ramayana soundtrack. That's what I'm guessing.
Today is a day for truth. Let the record show that this committee holds him responsible.
This bat vigilante is like a one-man reign of terror. You don't get to decide what the right thing is. Nobody cares about Clark Kent taking on the Batman.
The Ramayana vibes, listen to the music very closely here. Although this music is not done by Hans Zimmer, there are other trailer composers who do it, but with reference to what the rest of the soundtrack for the movie is, of course. But you'll see a lot of the main motives that Hans Zimmer composed. And this is all Ramayana-ish.
About Clark Kent taking on the Batman.
People hate what they don't understand. Be their hero, Clark. Be their angel. Be their monument. Be anything they need you to be. Or be none of it. You don't owe this world a thing. You never did.
And we have to destroy it. You're gonna go to war.
लाइव एक्शन फिल्म है. लाइव एक्शन फिल्म में कुछ VFX मैजिको रियलिस्ट मैजिक टाइप का चीज है. वो रामायण का होना था. बाहुबली 2 का भी सेम फंडा है ट्रेलर का. ये डॉन ऑफ जस्टिस में भी सेम चीज हो रहा है. VFX है मगर दिखा रहे हैं ज्यादातर रियलिस्टिक सेटिंग में, ह्यूमन सेटिंग में, साइंटिफिकली रियल सेटिंग में. कहानी को दिमाग में बिठाने के लिए ह्यूमन घटनाएं, ह्यूमन इमोशंस दिमाग में बिठाना पड़ता है, जिसके लिए रियल ह्यूमन सेटिंग्स चाहिए. उतना CGI स्लॉप होने से सिर्फ CGI पर ही दिमाग जाता है, तो ह्यूमन कनेक्शन नहीं बनता है कहानी के साथ या वो एक्टर्स के साथ. यहाँ पे वो बना, बाहुबली 2 के ट्रेलर में वो बना, क्योंकि फोकस किया जा रहा था कि देखो भाई कहानी का फील ये है, इसमें अटेंशन लाओ. राजामौली Zack Snyder is throwing your direction, is pulling your direction towards a particular thing. Namit Malhotra doesn't want to, Nitesh Tiwari doesn't want to. They think that connection is not required. It's going to just So tell me guys, do you bleed? You will when you watch the full movie, I think. What trailer was Anand recommending? Where did the name go? Way of editing a trailer, yeah. Thiruvilayadal. Thiruvilayadal. It doesn't have a trailer. It doesn't have trailer. We have random scenes. Then we can't risk it because we'll get copyright. Okay, then we can't see it. There is an identity crisis in the movie. Yeah, that should have been decided upon. I think they decided that it's for the international comic book Marvel audience who are not going to be thrilled with Warcraft video games. See, people think that a Warcraft fan will like Warcraft things in every medium that he consumes. A Marvel fan, a Dune fan will want the Dune story and Dune VFX and the Dune look in everything that he ever consumes. If someone's a Marvel fan, Dune fan, it means that they want things that match that level. And a story cannot match that level if you can't decide it's a live action movie with certain VFX or if it's a completely anime movie with live action real life humans acting in the middle of it for some reason. Let's check out the Dune trailers. I have to leave for Odyssey right now, by the way. Uridavaru Kandante. Okay, let's check that out first because a lot of people have been telling me about it for a long time. Oh, we did check it out. Yes. I like this trailer. Yeah, but this is kind of a different discussion, so we can't check that out right now. Let's check out Dune stuff now because it's made by the same team. Check out the difference. It's the same guys doing it. So if we are not getting Dune stuff, it's just the fault of Nitesh Tiwari, who is not capable enough to do this, and Namit Malhotra, who has the wrong vision. Things in context. We watched the Bahubali 2 trailer, which is an Indian film done 10 years back. Now we are watching Dune because it's a contemporary film with Ramayana and it's done by the same team. Even then, see the difference. See how much better Bahubali 2 is than Ramayana and see how much better even Dune is.
Something none of your ancestors.
Hans Zimmer should have gotten the Oscar for Interstellar, but he kind of became the people's composer. Every Interstellar piece is massively viral forever and after on Instagram and all short form content apps. Forever, a lot of people even don't know that a lot of these are Interstellar pieces. But at least Hans Zimmer won the second Oscar of his life for Dune. He won the first one for Lion King, one of the peaks of humanity. And then this film, a Pink Floyd song in this way. This is so good. And my hunch is Hans Zimmer had his second divorce because of Dune, because of the woman who sings that woman, that the vibe that she has with Hans Zimmer. And right around that time he had his second divorce, and then Hans Zimmer didn't even come to accept his Oscar. It was received on behalf of Hans Zimmer by the guy who plays Aquaman. So I think he sacrificed his married life for Dune and then won an Oscar in return. Retroverse, it's not like Ramayana didn't make any sets. And it's not like Bahubali also made a lot of sets. They also had sets right behind for some scenes, and the rest of it is managed with VFX. And the goal with Bahubali was exactly that. We will use VFX and spend a lot of money on it. But just because we have a lot of money to spend on VFX does not mean we use VFX as a crutch. We use VFX as a tool. That was Bahubali's vision. That whenever required, we use VFX. The vision with Ramayana is that we have DNEG, guys. Let's do. Oh, Ranbir, you want to act in a movie? Oh, no, we don't want. You don't have to come. We'll make a VFX version of you. Maybe Ranbir didn't even show up on a lot of days, and he was late. They already did it with his VFX because they have DNEG. That's a key fundamentally wrong direction to take with Ramayana. It should have been cleared in their minds that we are making a complete live action movie, VFX here and now, every now and then. Mako, it looks decent. That is the problem. 4,000 crore movies should not look decent. It looks as decent as Bahubali, if not worse, right? You agree that Bahubali looks as good, if not better, right? Then what? That's not the expectation we can have from Ramayana. Pink Floyd fans here, do you all know this song, guys? Have you all heard this song? At least check this song out live in any of the thousands of live concert DVDs that I will have to leave as soon as possible. Let's just check out the Dune 2 trailer, then the Dune 3 trailer, and then one scene where I forgot these people's names, these characters' names. Arrakis is the name of the place. Anyway, the hero, when the hero gets on that giant worm and finally takes it under his control, he finally pets it. That's the moment we will check out because of the beautiful music there and the Dune 2 trailer. And then I'll leave for Odyssey. What music decision, man. The music gives you a watery feel, watery vibe, as if you are underwater and little bubbles, fish flying around you. But instead you are sitting in a desert talking about it. But the desert itself is being spoken of as though it's water and waves in front of them. This is art, guys. This is art. Sloganeering, messaging, statement making, everything else comes secondary, third. tertiary. The primary direction, the primary intention, motive must be creating something fascinating, nice. And there's a bit of Kantara here. Y'all can hear the Kantara 1 soundtrack stuff, right?
Ever had a dream about your first ride?
What's wrong with? See the range of emotions and highs and lows that the trailer is making you go. How many of you all watched Dune 2 in the theaters, guys? This scene in the hall in the cinema theaters was so. Okay, let's just check out that scene. This is it, right? Yeah. The music is so good. It's almost like you are in a tunnel and there's light at the end of the tunnel, just because the dust storm is so severe that it makes you feel like you are in a tunnel. This is the kind of stuff that Rajamouli gave you with the scene where Ramaraju is getting beaten up in that giant crowd. That one scene, which is one of my all-time favorite scenes in Indian cinema. He's covered with crowds and people all around him, on everywhere except the bottom half, because he's on Earth, and the world goes silent, and all you can hear are his breaths. Everything else as a far echo. There's great sound design, interesting experimentation and shenanigans there. All of a sudden, the sound design gives you the feel of as if he is stuck in a solitary confinement in a dark room alone, because there are echoes in there. There are two things going on. Firstly, it's the audience that's being manipulated to give you the claustrophobic feel that the character is in, so you share some of the claustrophobia. And scientifically speaking, from the POV of the character itself, it's great because his brain is not functioning properly. He's in the heat, getting beaten up by so many people. He is just hallucinating. He is gauging things wrongly. Therefore, for a moment, it feels like for him that he is in a dark room all alone. He has forgotten that he's in the middle of a crowd getting beaten up. That sort of stuff is kind of what's going on. That level of creativity is going on here. Look at that. In the middle of a dust fucking storm, Denis Villeneuve gives you light at the end of the tunnel with the same team that's making AI slop for Ramayana. That is the issue. What tension in the films, in the scene, in the build up, and so much practical effects, actual dust and CGI dust both coming towards you. Stiglmaco, exactly. That's a huge problem. एफर्ट नहीं दिखाएगा, therefore कुछ चीज का भी नैरेटिव का भी प्रेशर टेस्टिंग नहीं होगा, इसका भी प्रेशर टेस्टिंग नहीं होगा, therefore it will look unearned and cool and uncool. Okay, let's check out the Dune 3 trailer and then I'll leave for Odyssey, guys. When is Dune 3 coming out, by the way? Let's see how much of an improvement in the VFX even the Dune franchise is making. भाई जिस फिल्म का प्रेमिस सेटिंग है अलग प्लैनेट, मैजिकल दुनिया, हाँ वहां पे भोसरी के एक वर्म है जायंट, सैंड है स्पाइस, वहां पे सब कुछ रियलिस्टिक लग रहा है. भोसरी के क्या 2-3 हजार साल फ्यूचर का ये सेटिंग है. वहां पे जो मशीन्स एयरक्राफ्ट दिखाए जा रहे हैं वो रियलिस्टिक लग रहे हैं. आई नो पुष्पक विमान लुक्स रियली ग्रेट इन रामायणा, बट द इन जनरल द एंटायर सेटिंग, द विजन ऑफ द फिल्म is CGI dependent, CGI heavy, CGI centered, CGI as a crutch, not a tool. We deserved Dune with Ramayana. That's what Namit Malhotra literally promised. That's the team that's working on Ramayana. Similar kinds of people with similar kinds of skills. It's just the fucking vision that screwed the film Ramayana. Yeah, Kalki was really good, but I can't bear to watch Kalki for more than 10-15 minutes. I've tried 3-4 times. I can't stand that dialogue delivery. Not dialogue delivery, that writing. Oh my god, that English is impossible for me to tolerate. Bahubali because it was in good Hindi. RRR because it was as Hindi, the kind of Hindi that's required for the setting. And Kalki, since it's an epic setting, I don't want therefore Sanskrit dialogues everywhere, but it can't be just chapri English dialogues from anybody and everybody in the film, and especially for the first few so many minutes.
Sa